Cartoon Network was my favorite channel growing up, along with plenty of other kids in the early 2000s. What made it so popular, though? Well, the cartoons, obviously. It's called Cartoon Network for a reason. That was the entire appeal. Apparently it wasn't obvious to everyone, though, because in 2009, the network introduced CN Real.
Real kids doing real stuff in real situations. Wednesday nights on CN Real.
What's your name?
8 o'clock, Wednesday nights, CN Real on Cartoon Network!
Definitely an interesting choice to make the literal opposite of what your entire audience is there for. Unsurprisingly, this was a huge disaster. You should see comments from CN fans around this time. A lot of people were furious and felt betrayed by this push for live-action content as opposed to cartoons. It drove a lot of longtime viewers away, and it damaged more than just the network's reputation. Craig McCracken, the creator of the Powerpuff Girls and Foster's Home, two of their biggest shows, left Cartoon Network to make shows for Disney instead because of this live-action push. That's pretty bad. Conceptually, CN Real was a terrible idea. I wasn't thrilled about it back in 2009, but I figured if the shows were at least good, then maybe it would be okay. So, were the shows any good? So most of them got canceled after just a couple months. Some of them got canceled after 1 month, if that tells you anything. The Other Siders, it was Ghost Hunters but with kids. I don't think I ever watched a single episode. Brain Rush, you answer trivia questions on a roller coaster to win money. I watched the first couple episodes when they premiered and thought it was just alright, but I didn't watch very many. And it only had 6 episodes before it was cancelled. Apparently there was a survival show called Survive This, which I didn't even remember existing. And then there's bobb'e Says, which is now lost media. There's only been 1 episode found, the other 5 are completely lost as of now. It's so weird when something that I remember seeing just vanishes off the face of the earth. It's always sad to see this stuff go missing. And there was also Dude, What Would Happen? This was kinda like Mythbusters, but with just some regular guys. I watched this more than I would probably care to admit. This was pretty dumb, but middle school Tad thought it was alright. What would happen if we filled this car with water and tried to drive it? Whoa, we are driving a car and it's filled with water. Okay, but what would happen if we used a flamethrower on it? Whoa, the water is hot now. Okay, yeah, this one was really dumb, but as a dumb middle schooler, I was pretty into it. This was one of 2 CN Real shows to not get cancelled immediately. It lasted 2 years before ending in 2011. And that brings us to the other CN Real show that made it 2 years, and the best thing to come from this era.
I'm Andrew WK, and this is Destroy, Build, Destroy!
It's still so strange that for a brief time, Andrew WK was the face of Cartoon Network. As a kid who knew his music prior to Destroy, Build, Destroy, I thought this was weird, but honestly, he was kinda perfect for this. Like, I can't imagine anyone else pulling it off. Even though this era gets a lot of completely deserved criticism, I really liked this show throughout middle and junior high school. I'm not gonna lie, I still like this show. The other day I watched it for like 8 hours straight, and it was awesome. Alright, what is this show? So, there's 2 teams who have to build something specific using the wreckage from something else. They both get to choose how to destroy the other team's thing, and whoever wins the coin toss gets to pick first. Since they're building stuff out of the wreckage of these things, the teams are trying to pick the method that will do the most damage to the other team's thing and give them fewer parts to work with. Sometimes they'll blow it up with a bazooka, sometimes they'll smash it with a wrecking ball, stuff like that. They change up the options every episode. The one constant are the destroyers, who are just so funny every single time, and really underrated. These guys do more damage than the explosives sometimes. Look at them tear this car apart.
Not the power tools.
With their stuff destroyed, it's building time. Since the teams are made up of kids, they have people who do most of the actual constructing for them, with kids overseeing things and complaining about each other.
We didn't really pick, Celeste just said that she was gonna do it, and Earl and me would have rather had us do it.
Chloe's strength is that she's got a lot of leadership potential, but she won't stop talking.
Like, I had some ideas and Chloe just kind of took over.
We all need to come together and work as a team. That's not really happening. It's really like me and Randy doing everything.
Oh, that's gross.
The one thing that can keep us from winning right now is Skylar.
because she's not really helping us.
Halfway through, both teams do a little mini-game, and the winner gets to sabotage the other team in some way. They can dump dirt all over their build and make them clean it off. They can drive it out into the middle of the desert and leave it there. They can make them work while wearing oven mitts, make them work while one-handed, make them work while handcuffed together. Lots of funny stuff. Then there's a big competition at the end where they have to use their builds, and sometimes one of them breaks, which is sad. Sorry, kids. The winner of the competition gets the prize money, but more importantly, they get to choose how to completely destroy the other team's creation. Imagine being a kid spending all day working so hard to build this big, elaborate thing, only for Andrew WK to roll up in a tank. The building process and the competition stuff is fun, but the highlight is usually the over-the-top ways they destroy stuff. This stupid show is so much fun. Personally, I think the show was pretty great, and there were a couple of especially great episodes of it, but we'll talk about that after the break. I'm absolutely hooked on this show, and I need to watch more. We'll be right back.
Great job, team! Can we build it or what?
Yes, we can!
Ooh, what's going on?
I'm Andrew WK, and this is Destroy, Build, Destroy!
Dude, What Would Happen and Destroy, Build, Destroy were the only shows from CN Real to really stick around for more than a couple months. Hey, wouldn't it be cool if they somehow brought the two shows together?
Wow! My God! Explosion! Dude!
They would do these specials from time to time where they would have the dudes compete against the cast of whatever live-action TV movie Cartoon Network was promoting at the time. The first was a Ben 10 movie and the second was a Scooby-Doo movie. Watching Destroy, Build, Destroy, starring the cast of Dude, What Would Happen, against the cast of Ben 10 Alien Swarm, was the most incredible thing to watch as it aired. My homework can wait. This is an event. This is history in the making. I couldn't miss this.
Are you ready? Yeah! You ready? Yeah! 3, 2, 1! Leaders! Go, 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 go!
The guys from Dude, What Would Happen did dumb stuff for a living, so they felt right at home on a show like this. They spend more time harassing the other team than actually working on their own builds. A lot of these funny moments are probably very planned, but it's still entertaining.
You, Daphne? How awesome! Thank you. I want to be Daphne.
I mean, same. Some episodes would have teams of siblings against each other, and this show's a lot funnier with personal stakes between the teams. These kids are a lot more ruthless against their siblings. I'm actually in the middle of editing this right now, and I'm just watching the show in the background because I can't stop because it's amazing, and I'm finding some more ridiculous standout episodes. So they've done a couple kids versus their parents, which are really funny, and they did students against their teachers, which might actually just be the funniest episode of the series.
We're going to win, or they won't graduate.
Just want to make sure this is the price you pay for not having studied and prepared for a pop quiz.
CN Real didn't even last a full year. A few shows managed to outlive it, and they tried some other live-action stuff after the block had ended, but none of those really lasted too long either. CN Real was a mistake. 2009 was so focused on live-action content that there wasn't a single new original animated series on Cartoon Network. While some of their biggest shows, Foster's and Ed, Edd n Eddy, ended that year. The biggest thing they destroyed on CN Real was their viewers' faith in the network. At least for about half a year. But something was about to change. Something big.
What time is it? What time is it? What time is it? What time is it?
Right around the time CN Real had ended, the cartoon renaissance of the 2010s was beginning. Adventure Time and Regular Show premiered in 2010, which were massive hits, and in the following years led to other big shows like Gumball and Steven Universe. And there were a lot of great shorter-lived cartoons too. Mad, Symbionic Titan, Generator Rex, the 2011 Thundercats. And who can forget Robotomy? This was cancelled after 10 episodes, and I'm pretty sure I'm the only person on Earth who watched all 10 as they aired. And I've only been talking about Cartoon Network shows. The early 2010s were huge for animation, and while yeah, 2009 and their weird live-action focus might have sucked at the time, it kind of made the next year feel a little more special. Not saying it was a good idea. I think they're embarrassed of this era now. These shows used to be on the iTunes stores, but they were eventually removed, which is why a few of these shows are lost media now. Even if not all of them were winners, they at least deserve to see the light of day again. Put them on streaming somewhere. All of Destroy, Build, Destroy and Dude, What Would Happen are on YouTube if you want to watch them, I guess. If they're ever released officially again, I'd happily support them. CN Real was a bad idea that almost killed the network, but I kinda like some of the stuff that came out of it. You know, there's a lesson to be learned here, like, alienating your audience is awesome. You would think they'd have learned their lesson from this, but literally as I'm writing this script, a Cartoon Network executive said this. Girls often graduate out of animation. Some of our most incredible competitors have been at the live-action game for a long time. We know that's what girls want.
Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again.
This is a great time for an announcement that I've been saving. I know a lot of you have really been enjoying my usual style of scripted video, but I'm just here to say now that that's over, and you don't matter. Be sure to come back next time for my unscripted competition show.